माननीय संघ चालक जी, all the other distinguished leaders of Seva Bharati Kerala, Shri Vijayan ji, all the volunteers of Seva Bharati spread all over Kerala who are connected to this program, and all our Swayamsevaks in Kerala who are also connected with this program. Well, it's a great privileged moment for me to be part of a function in Kerala, and that too a function of our Vichar Parivar. For me, association with any activity of the Parivar, and that too in Kerala, I have considered it always a great privilege. And it's really beyond my vocabulary and linguistic abilities to describe the amount of pleasure that I derive today in being a part of this function. I am myself into the 52nd year of my association with RSS. And since childhood, everyone used to tell us that if there is one state in India where we have the best and the strongest presence of RSS, that is Kerala. So it was always a long cherished dream to once see what's happening in Kerala. So 30 years back, when I visited Kerala for the first time in the early 90s, I had visited the Sangha Karyalaya there, and had expressed my desire to visit the shakhas in Kerala. And for the first time, I learnt that there is a Prabhat Shakha, there is a Sayam Shakha, there is also a Ratri Shakha. And I visited all of them. And it was a great, moment of pleasure. And now, when I was just trying to understand what are the activities of Seva Bharati in Kerala, that also gave me a great sense of pride, because this is something extraordinary that our Seva Bharati volunteers and Swayamsevaks are doing in Kerala through Seva Bharati. I have a very, very strong emotional connect with Seva Bharati for two reasons. Number one, when Seva Bharati was born in Delhi in the mid 70s, then the man who worked relentlessly with utmost dedication and commitment and with a great visionary zeal was a RSS Pracharak from Karnataka, Shri Vishnu Kumarji, a first class first engineer, who in fact spearheaded the campaign to deliver a very vibrant Seva Bharati to Delhi. And Mr. Vishnu Kumar, before being the man who spearheaded Seva Bharati in Delhi, was the Mahanagar Pracharak of Kanpur, the place which is my alma mater as far as my medical education is concerned, that is the GSDM Medical College, Kanpur. And as Mahanagar Pracharak in Kanpur, he had inspired me to run a RSS Shakha even in the medical college, right from the first year, which I did continuously for almost 9 years till I finished my post graduation there. And within no time, I could see that in an organization which was born in the mid 70s in Delhi, within a few years, Seva Bharati was running close to 1,000 projects in Delhi. And in the early 80s, when this Kerala Seva Bharati was born in 1982, even before that, Seva Bharati in Delhi got the best award for the best performance in social service by the Delhi administration, which was at that time run by the Congress party. So I had seen this growth right from its birth, and I have enjoyed this so much. The second reason for my emotional connect with Seva Bharati is because of the fact that when I entered public life in 93 and was blessed by God to dream about a polio free India and a polio free Delhi, and we conceived and planned the first pulse polio immunization in Delhi on 2nd of October 1994, when India was home to 60% of the polio cases of the whole world, and we were dreaming about a polio free India. If I can recall rightly and correctly, although 400 small and big organizations have participated in the success of the first pulse polio program in the country, but if I have to name two organizations whose contribution had been exemplary out of those 400, one was, of course, Rotary International, and the other one was Seva Bharati of Delhi, which was supported by the Seva Bharati volunteers and, of course, our Swayamsevaks. And that success of October 94, which I attribute a lot to the society and, of course, the organizations, and more particularly to our Swayamsevaks and Rotary volunteers, resulted in such a success that the whole program became a national program in 95, and it became a program of the Southeast Asia in 96. And since then, till the time India was declared a polio free nation in 2014, certified by WHO, I know that Swayamsevaks all over the country and Seva Bharati in the slum areas has contributed immensely to the success of making India a polio free nation. So that is precisely the reason why I have this very special emotional connect with Seva Bharati. Today, when I am addressing this state level conference of Seva Bharati volunteers in Kerala, I have a deep sense of gratitude for you on behalf of the Swayamsevaks of the whole country and the volunteers of the whole country, because you do exemplary work. You inspire the cadres in the country. You show the path to the people of the country, those who are interested in social service and nation building. And this you do in spite of the fact that you are working under extremely difficult circumstances. Our Karyakartas and Swayamsevaks, the way they are handled and they are attacked and insulted. But in spite of that, you fight back with extreme valor, and you never dilute the path for which we have been given the greatest inspiration and values from our parent organization, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. I always consider it as the greatest blessing of my life that we as Swayamsevaks got associated with RSS, which has given us the sanskar to dedicate yourself selflessly for the cause of the motherland and for the cause of the poor, suffering humanity. And that is why there has been birth of so many organizations like the Seva Bharati in our Vichar Parivar. And when I reviewed the working of Seva Bharati Kerala, I have really no words to congratulate you. You deserve the highest applause from everybody in the country. In a small state like Kerala with so much of dense population, there is hardly any front on which you are not delivering your selfless services. When I think about health, you have team of at least 50 doctors all over the state in almost all districts serving humanity with all sorts of activities, whether it is health awareness for prevention or positive health or for promotive health services, whether it is medical camps, whether it is organizing ambulances, whether it is blood donation camps, etc., etc. You are working again in the field of education, and I have been told that even during COVID times, you have basically ensured that in the tribal areas, in the coastal areas, or in the areas which are where the downtrodden and the have-nots live, there also you have ensured that the people are not deprived of education. You have distributed computers, you have distributed all smartphones, you have distributed televisions, you have distributed all sorts of gadgets to ensure that even the poorest of the poor, they have access to online education. Then you are working in villages with the might that Seva Bharati has developed, even financially also with the contribution from societal help. You are instrumental in organizing self-help groups for the villagers of Kerala. And I think there also you are providing them with all sorts of information and knowledge so that they can work at a scale which is competitive for the whole of the population. When I think about social welfare, for a voluntary organization to create 1,000 houses, which is government can create millions of houses, but for a voluntary organization like Seva Bharati to create a rural housing scheme and then provide 1,000 houses to the poor people. And then also you are not stopping here. You have another plan to deliver another 1,000 houses by next year, March. I think it speaks volumes about your commitment. We have read in newspapers, we have seen on television, we have learned through our Swam Sevak friends in Kerala that whenever there has been a disaster in Kerala, whether it was due to cyclones or whether it was due to severe floods, where the losses have been incredible. In every national calamity, we have seen that Seva Bharati has been contributing financially also and helping the society personally also, even in those difficult terrains. The one of the innovative ideas that I learned, and I think this is probably a great example for the whole country, is your mobile uh, crematoriums that have been created because of lack of space in Kerala. I've been told that people faced a lot of hardships if they have unfortunate deaths in their family, and then there is Seva Bharati to provide them this help through the mobile crematoriums, like At other places in the country, in Delhi also, we have seen a lot of functions for the marriage of the poor girls, which we do the Mangal Nidhis, etc. Then the Bal Balika Kendras for the poor children. So, I know that over 2,000 children are already being helped through these Bal Balika Kendras. And then the old age homes, homes for the mentally challenged people, for the Divyangs. I think all these facilities, and you don't stop there. You are instrumental in providing drinking facilities at some of these places. There are mobile water treatment plants. I think these are all very innovative things. At the government level, we don't think that they are very big activities, but for a social organization like Seva Bharati with limited resources, but of course committed volunteers to be contributing in activities like this, providing uh, potable water and then water treatment plants, etc. Then, of course, for these disasters, I have been told that whether it was the train tragedy at Perumal, whether it was the tsunami disaster, floods of 2018, 2019, and during the COVID 2020 that we are at the moment witnessing. Seva Bharati Kerala has been instrumental with its very dynamic presence in all these places. And then the new, one of the latest developments is the training of almost 500 youth volunteers in all your districts, where the youth of the country, youth of Kerala, is helping people in distress, in troubled times, in disasters. And then the plan to have the presence at the panchayat level with units in all the legislative bodies at the panchayat levels with the Gram Vaibhavam campaign, which has been recently inaugurated. There are so many activities, it's very difficult to enumerate each one of them. But hats off to Kerala Swayamsevak and Seva Bharati. You are showing the way to the rest of the country also. Although we are all blessed all over the country by the might and the vision and the sincerity and the commitment of RSS, and that gives us the energy and the drive to work relentlessly and selflessly to ensure that one day we can have a Vishwa Guru Bharat. We are at the moment privileged to have a very visionary and a dynamic leader like Mr. Narendra Modi, again our Swayamsevak, heading the nation. He has a dream which he had elaborated in 2017. And at the time of that elaboration, he said, let us imagine that we are in 1942, just 5 years away from our independence. And in 2017, he said, 5 years from now, we shall be into the 75th year of our independence and having got freedom. And at that time, he said, and he appealed to all Indians to develop a dream, to blend their dream with his own dream of delivering a new India to all Indians by 2022, where we can wipe out the tears from everybody's eyes, we can bring back smile on everybody's face, we can provide adequate education and health and nutrition facilities for every child in the country, and we can restore the glory of the country by providing utmost respect to women and old people. And ensure that there is only one focus of everyone in the country, that's around nationalism and humanism. This is what he had dreamt about. And ultimately, from New India to Guru Bharat, which we shall one day definitely achieve with the guidance and blessings of our parent organization, RSS. I strongly feel that conferences like this are occasions when we must reaffirm our faith in all these values and dream new, dream big, and see how we can realize our dreams. I shall also like to use this occasion to appeal to all the volunteers of Seva Bharati and our Swayamsevaks in Kerala to please remember that Prime Minister has given us a clarion call for developing a movement, a Jan Andolan around remembering, reminding people all over the country about the utmost need for ensuring a COVID appropriate behavior by everyone. You know that last 10 months we have been fighting COVID. Our first meeting in the health ministry was on 8th of January. And 7 days from now, we shall be into the completing 10 months of our fight against COVID. Because of the cooperation of all the countrymen and, of course, officials and organizations and people like you, India has been able to achieve what others all over the world may not have achieved. We have the highest recovery rate between 91 and 92% now, and the lowest fatality rate at 1.29 now. We have the, you see, the highest number of tests we are doing over a million now. Our active cases have reduced significantly. Over 70 lakh people have recovered and gone back home. We have created the best possible facilities all over the country and, of course, in your state also to take care of our COVID patients. And this is the time when we all have to just give a bit of a push. If the country can ensure participation and disciplined participation of everyone in COVID appropriate behavior, I'm sure as a doctor also I can say that in few weeks we can cut down the transmission to almost negligible levels. So right now the need of the hour is to once again remind people that please do not forget this mask. Always wear this mask properly. Never forget that you have to take care of your hand hygiene. You have to take care of your respiratory etiquettes while coughing or sneezing. You have to maintain that physical distance, what the Prime Minister says, do gaj ki duri. And as far as possible, avoid gatherings. And if you have to be there for reasons which are unavoidable, maintain good social distance and ensure all these precautions there. And I'm sure that volunteers of Seva Bharati, apart from hundreds of things that we are doing, if they lead from the front in Kerala, I'm sure that things which have recently worsened in Kerala, but right now, last few days, things have started improving. Although Kerala had been performing very well in the initial months, our first few cases were, in fact, from Kerala, the medical students. And there was, you see, this long history, ups and downs. But now is the time when, before the vaccine arrives, along with the new year in 2021, and when we start delivering this vaccine to Indians on priority as defined by the experts and the scientific community. We want that the transmission of COVID should go down to negligible levels. That is very much possible, and that would be possible only with the support and the commitment of well meaning organizations like yours. So, once again, wishing you all good health, praying for your good health, and hoping that Seva Bharati after this particular conference will have renewed vigor and zeal and commitment and vision to ensure that you are again the guiding light for people all across the country. With these few words, I would say namaskar and express my deepest sense of respect and gratitude to the Swayamsevaks and Seva Bharati volunteers in Kerala.